Today we are going through 50 English words that almost everyone pronounces wrong. Some of these words look easy. Some of them look tricky. But by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to say them like a native speaker, and you will understand why English hides so many traps inside simple-looking words. Let's not waste any time, let's jump right in. Number 1 is the word often. Many learners say the letter T in this word, but most native speakers do not pronounce that T at all. The correct sound is often. Try it with me. Often. I go to the gym often. My sister calls me often during the week. Simple, right? Number 2 is comfortable. This word has 4 syllables when you write it, but native speakers only say 3. It sounds like comfortable, not comfortable. Say it fast. Comfortable. This chair is so comfortable. These shoes feel very comfortable after a long day. Number 3 is Wednesday. Look at the spelling. It has a D in the middle, but we never say it. The correct pronunciation is Wednesday, not Wednesday. Let's meet on Wednesday. I have a dentist appointment next Wednesday. Number 4 is February. Most people drop the first R sound. It becomes February instead of February. Both are actually accepted in casual speech, but the second one is closer to the spelling if you want to sound more formal. My birthday is in February, right after winter starts to fade. Number 5 is kernel. This one surprises everyone. It has no L sound at the start at all. It sounds exactly like the word kernel, like corn kernel. The colonel gave an order. Colonel gave an order. The old colonel walked into the room with confidence. Strange English, right? Number 6 is Worcestershire. The sauce. This word looks impossible, but the real pronunciation is short. It sounds like Worcestershire. Forget the spelling completely on this one. I added a splash of Worcestershire sauce to the stew. Number 7 is salmon. The letter L is silent here. It is not salmon. It is salmon. I had grilled salmon for dinner. The chef recommended the salmon with lemon butter. Number 8 is subtle. Same idea. The bit is completely silent. It sounds like subtle. She gave a subtle hint. There was a subtle change in his tone of voice. Number 9 is island. The subtle here is also silent. It sounds like island. We went to a small island for the weekend. Every island in that region has its own unique culture. Number 10 is knife. The K at the beginning is never pronounced. It is simply knife. Pass me the knife, please. Be careful, that knife is extremely sharp. That is our first 10 words. Notice a pattern already. English loves to keep letters in spelling that we simply do not say out loud. This happens because English kept old spellings from centuries ago, even after the way we say the words changed completely. Let's keep going with the next 10. Number 11 is receipt. The P is silent. It sounds like receipt. Can I get a receipt for this purchase? Always keep your receipt in case you need a refund. Number 12 is debt. The here does nothing. It sounds like debt. I need to pay off my debt. Credit card debt can build up quickly if you are not careful. Number 13 is doubt. Same silent B pattern. It sounds like doubt. I have no doubt about this. There is some doubt about whether the plan will work. Number 14 is almond. Many native speakers drop the L sound. It sounds like almond, not almond. Both pronunciations exist, but almond is more common in American English. I put almonds in my morning smoothie. Number 15 is mischievous. This word has 3 syllables, not 4. It is mischievous, not mischievous. The dog was being mischievous again. Kids can be mischievous, but it usually comes from curiosity. Number 16 is espresso. This one is not about a silent letter. It is about a wrong letter that people add. There is no X in this word. It is espresso, not espresso. Please say espresso. Coffee lovers will thank you. A strong espresso in the morning wakes me up instantly. Number 17 is ask. Many learners flip the sound and say X. The correct order is a then sak, then K. Ask. Can I ask you something? Feel free to ask me any question after class. Number 18 is library. People often skip a whole syllable and say library. The correct way keeps 3 syllables, library A. I am going to the library today. The city library has an amazing collection of old books. Number 19 is particularly. This long word gets shortened badly by many speakers. It should be particularly, with all its syllables, not particularly. I particularly enjoy weekends. This recipe is particularly good with fresh herbs. Number 20 is probably. This one gets crushed into probably by fast speech, and that is fine casually, but the clear version is probably. I will probably be late. She will probably call you back tonight. We just finished 20 words. You are doing great. If this is useful so far, tap that like button. It truly helps this channel grow and reach more learners just like you. Now let's continue with the next batch. Number 21 is vegetable. This word is often said with 4 syllables, vegetable, but the natural pronunciation only has 3. Vegetable, eat your vegetables. My doctor told me to eat more vegetables every day. Number 22 is chocolate. Same story here. It looks like it has 3 syllables, but we say 2. Chocolate, I want some chocolate cake. This chocolate tastes rich and slightly bitter. Number 23 is interesting. This word gets stretched by learners into interesting, 4 full syllables. Natives usually say interesting, 3 syllables. That movie was interesting. I read an interesting article about space travel. Number 24 is family. It looks like 3 syllables, and that is correct, but many learners add an extra one and say family. Keep it short, family. I love my family. We are having a big family dinner this weekend. Number 25 is camera. Same pattern again. It should be camera, 2 strong syllables, not camera with 3. Smile for the camera. This camera takes beautiful pictures at night. Number 26 is different. This word should sound like different, 2 syllables, not different with 3. That is a different story. Every culture has a different way of celebrating success. Number 27 is animal. This one keeps all 3 syllables, animal, but many learners stress the wrong part. The stress goes on the first syllable, animal, not animal. Every animal in the zoo has its own habitat and its own daily routine. Number 28 is favorite. It should sound like favorite, 2 syllables, not favorite with 3. Pizza is my favorite food. My favorite season is autumn because of the colors. Number 29 is iron. This word does not sound like iron the way it looks. It sounds like I earn. I need to iron my shirt. This metal is stronger than regular iron. Number 30 is hierarchy. This word trips up almost everyone. It sounds like hierarchy, not hierarchy. The company has a strict hierarchy. Every army and every large company follows a clear hierarchy of command. We are halfway through the list now. You are building real pronunciation skills today, so stay with me. The next 20 words are just as useful and some of them are even more surprising. Number 31 is entrepreneur. This French origin word confuses many learners. It sounds like entrepreneur. The middle part is soft, almost like she is a successful entrepreneur. Every young entrepreneur needs patience and a clear plan. Number 32 is quinoa. This healthy grain has a pronunciation nobody expects from the spelling. It sounds like quinoa, not quinoa. I made a quinoa salad. Quinoa is packed with protein and fiber. Number 33 is epitome. This word is not said the way it looks at all. It sounds like epitome, not epitome like the word tome. She is the epitome of kindness. This restaurant is the epitome of fine dining. Number 34 is hyperbole. Another surprising one. It sounds like hyperbole, 4 syllables, not hyperbole. That story was pure hyperbole. Advertisers often use hyperbole to sell products. Number 35 is awry. This word sounds like awry, not awry. The plan went awry. Everything went awry during the live show. Number 36 is facade. The final syllable rhymes with the word odd but with an ah sound. It sounds like facade. The building has a beautiful facade. Behind that calm facade, she was actually very nervous. Number 37 is niche. Since you are watching a channel about a speaking niche, you should know this one well. It can be said niche or niche. Both are accepted, but niche is more common in modern English. Finding your niche online takes time and testing. Number 38 is cache. This word looks like it should rhyme with mustache, but it actually sounds like cache. Clear your browser cache. Old files are often stored in a temporary cache. Number 39 is segue. This word looks nothing like its sound. It is said Segway, exactly like the scooter brand. Let's segue into the next topic. That was a smooth segue between two very different ideas. Number 40 is choir. This word looks like it should rhyme with fire, but it actually sounds like choir. She sings in the church choir. The school choir performed beautifully last night. We have 10 words left, and these final 10 are some of the trickiest in the entire English language, so pay close attention, because this last group ties everything together. Number 41 is chaos. It sounds like chaos with a hard K sound, not chas. The kitchen was total chaos. The city fell into chaos after the storm. Number 42 is indict. This legal word hides a silent C. It sounds like indict. They decided to indict him. A grand jury can indict someone after reviewing the evidence. Number 43 is gauge. This word sounds like gauge, not gauge or gug. Check the fuel gauge. You can gauge someone's mood just by watching their face. Number 44 is genre. This French borrowed word sounds like genre, not genre or genre. My favorite music genre is jazz. Horror is a genre that always finds new fans. Number 45 is queue. This word is simply said like the letter Q. Q indict, please stand in the queue. There was a long queue outside the new coffee shop. Number 46 is thorough. It sounds like thorough. 2 syllables and the ending is soft, not a hard F sound. She did a thorough job. The inspector gave the house a thorough check. Number 47 is though. It sounds like the, rhyming with go. I like it though. It was expensive though, so I did not buy it. Number 48 is through. It sounds like through, rhyming with blue. We walked through the park. The train goes straight through the mountain. Number 49 is tough. It sounds like tough, rhyming with stuff. This exam was tough. Growing up in a big city can be tough sometimes. And finally, number 50, the word that connects them all, is cough. It sounds like cough, rhyming with off. I have a bad cough today. She could not stop coughing during the meeting. Isn't English strange? 4 words though, through, tough, and cough. All end with the same 4 letters, O-U-G-H, and every single one sounds completely different. This is exactly why pronunciation confuses so many learners. And honestly, it confuses native speakers too when they try to explain the rules to someone else for the first time. Before we move on, let's talk about something very personal to your own learning journey. Because pronunciation struggles are rarely random, they usually connect directly to your native language. If Spanish is your first language, you might struggle with words that start with an S followed by another consonant, like school or student, because Spanish naturally adds a small E sound before those letters. That is why many Spanish speakers say a school instead of school. If French is your first language, the sound in words like think or this can feel almost impossible at first, because French simply does not have that sound, so it often becomes Z or S instead, turning think into sink. If Arabic is your first language, the short vowel sounds in English can blend together, making words like ship and sheep sound almost identical, even though they mean completely different things. If Mandarin or Cantonese is your first language, final consonant sounds often get dropped or softened, so a word like stop can sound closer to stow, missing that final hard stop sound entirely. None of these patterns are mistakes in a bad sense. They are simply your native language shaping how your mouth naturally wants to move. Once you know your specific pattern, you can target it directly instead of practicing randomly. This is exactly why generic pronunciation advice sometimes does not work for everyone equally. A Japanese speaker and a German speaker face completely different challenges in English, even though they are both learning the exact same language. If you know your own pattern, tell us in the comments which sounds are hardest for you specifically, and this channel will use that feedback to create more targeted videos in the future, built around real challenges instead of guesses. Let's take a short moment to talk about why these mistakes happen so often. English pulled words from many different languages over hundreds of years. French, Latin, German, and Old English all mixed together inside one single language. That is why spelling and sound often do not match at all. A word like kernel came from French and Italian roots, which explains that strange kernel sound we practiced earlier. A word like Q kept its French spelling but simplified into a short sound over time. Printing presses also froze many spellings in place centuries ago, right before the sounds of English kept shifting and evolving, which is part of why words like night and knife still carry silent letters from a time when people actually pronounced every single one of them out loud. Once you understand this history, pronunciation stops feeling random and starts feeling like a fun puzzle instead of a punishment. Since you have made it this far, let's add a quick bonus round. 10 extra words that almost never get mentioned in these lists, but they trip up learners just as often, maybe even more. Bonus word 1 is close. Most learners try to pronounce every letter here, but the correct sound drops the th almost completely. It sounds like clothes. I need to buy new clothes for the trip. Wash your clothes before you pack them. Bonus word 2 is wrist. The w at the start is completely silent. It sounds like wrist. I hurt my wrist while playing tennis. She wears a bracelet on her left wrist. Bonus word 3 is honest. The here is silent too. It sounds like honest. He gave an honest answer. Being honest with yourself is the first step to real growth. Bonus word 4 is hour. Same silent H pattern. It sounds like hour, exactly like the word for possession. I will be there in 1 hour. Every hour of practice makes a difference. Bonus word 5 is gnome. The G at the beginning disappears entirely. It sounds like gnome. There is a garden gnome near the flowers. That little gnome statue has been there for years. Bonus word 6 is lieutenant. This one shocks a lot of learners. In American English, it sounds like lieutenant. In British English, it sounds like lieutenant. Both are correct depending on the accent you follow. The lieutenant gave clear instructions to the team. Bonus word 7 is mayonnaise. Many learners say every syllable slowly, but natives blend it into mayonnaise. Can you pass the mayonnaise, please? This sandwich needs a little more mayonnaise. Bonus word 8 is sandwich. The D in the middle almost disappears in fast speech. It sounds closer to sandwich. I had a turkey sandwich for lunch. Let's grab a quick sandwich before the meeting. Bonus word 9 is temperature. This word often loses a syllable in casual speech. It becomes temperature instead of temperature. Check the temperature before you go outside. The temperature dropped suddenly last night. Bonus word 10 is jewelry. Many learners add an extra syllable here. The correct pronunciation is jewelry, not jewelry. She bought some beautiful jewelry at the market. That jewelry store has amazing handmade pieces. 10 bonus words, completely free, just because you stayed until this part of the video. If you want an entire separate video focused only on bonus pronunciation traps like these, let me know in the comments, and I will make one soon. Here is something important. Do not feel bad if you have been saying some of these words wrong for years. Even native English speakers mispronounce words like espresso, hierarchy, and mischievous all the time, and many of them never get corrected. The goal is not perfection. The goal is clear communication. If people understand you, you are already doing well. but small improvements like the ones we covered today can make you sound noticeably more natural and far more confident in daily conversations, interviews, and even small talk with strangers. I want to give you a simple method to practice these words properly. One that actually works instead of just sitting on a page. First, pick 5 words from this list each day. Second, say each word slowly 3 times, focusing only on the sound, not the spelling. Third, say it in a full sentence, out loud, not just in your head, because silent practice does not train your mouth muscles. Fourth, record yourself with your phone and listen back carefully. This last step feels uncomfortable at first, but it is one of the fastest ways to catch mistakes you cannot hear while speaking in real time. Another helpful trick is shadowing. This means listening to a native speaker say a word or sentence, then repeating it immediately, copying their rhythm, speed, and sound as closely as possible. You can do this with any of the 50 words we just covered today. Play a short video clip, pause it, repeat the word, then play it again and compare your version to the original. Do this daily for just 10 minutes and your pronunciation will improve faster than you expect, often within just a couple of weeks. Let's also talk about stress, because many of today's mistakes were not about individual sounds. They were about which syllable gets emphasized the most. In English, stress can completely change how natural a word sounds, even if every single letter is technically pronounced correctly. Take the word photograph. We say photograph, with stress on the first part, but photography changes to photography, with stress on the second part instead. This shift happens constantly in English, and it trips up even advanced learners who already know thousands of words. When you learn a new word, always learn its stress pattern along with its sound, not just its spelling and meaning. Now, some of you might be wondering about British versus American pronunciation, since a few of today's words can sound different depending on the accent you choose to follow. Words like schedule, vitamin, herb, and advertisement change quite a bit between the two major accents. In American English, herb often drops the H sound completely and sounds like herb. In British English, the H is fully pronounced at the start. Neither version is wrong, and neither one should be avoided. They are simply different accents, shaped by different histories and different influences. My advice is to pick one accent style that you enjoy listening to, focus on it consistently for now, and stay comfortable knowing that other valid versions exist too, so you never feel confused when you hear them. Let's do one more practical exercise together before the final review. Something called minimal pairs practice. Minimal pairs are 2 words that sound almost the same except for one small sound. And training your ear on these pairs sharpens your pronunciation faster than almost any other method. Try these out loud with me right now. Ship and sheep. Live and leave. Full and fool. Bit and beat. Cat and cut. Notice how a tiny change in one vowel sound completely changes the meaning of the word. If someone cannot tell the difference between these pairs when you speak, misunderstandings happen very easily in real conversations, even when your grammar is perfect. Spend 5 minutes a day repeating pairs like these, and your ear will start catching small differences automatically, without you even trying. I also want to address something that many learners feel but rarely say out loud, and that is fear. Fear of sounding wrong, fear of being laughed at, fear of forgetting a word mid-sentence in front of native speakers. This fear is completely normal, and honestly, almost every fluent speaker you admire felt exactly the same way at some point in their own journey. The difference between someone who becomes fluent and someone who stays stuck is not talent, it is simply repeated practice despite that fear. Every single word we covered today was once a mistake for thousands of learners before they finally corrected it through practice. You are doing that same work right now, just by watching this video until the end. Confidence in pronunciation does not come from knowing every rule perfectly. It comes from repetition, from making mistakes out loud, and from slowly training your mouth muscles to move in new ways. Native speakers do not think about grammar rules or syllable counts while they talk. Their mouths simply learned the correct movement through years of repetition as children. As an adult learner, you can train that same muscle memory just more consciously and more quickly if you practice with intention, exactly the way we did together today with these 50 words. Let's go back and quickly review the full list one more time, this time a bit faster, just the words themselves, so you can test yourself before we finish today's lesson together. Often, comfortable. Wednesday, February, Colonel, Worcestershire, salmon, subtle, island, knife, receipt, debt, doubt, almond, mischievous, espresso, ask, library, particularly, probably, vegetable, chocolate, interesting, family, camera, different, animal, favorite, iron, hierarchy, entrepreneur, quinoa, epitome, hyperbole, awry, facade, niche, cash, segue, choir, chaos, indict, gauge, genre, cue, thorough, though, through, tough, cough. How many did you already know before watching this video? Type your score in the comments below. I genuinely want to see how many people get a perfect 50 on their very first try. If you missed a few, that is completely normal, and now you know exactly which ones to add to your personal practice list this week. I also want to mention something many learners overlook completely. Pronunciation is not only about individual words, it is about connected speech too. In real conversations, words blend together, certain sounds disappear, and rhythm changes based on speed, emotion, and context. Once you master these 50 tricky words on their own, the next step is practicing them inside full sentences, then inside natural, fast-paced conversation with real people. This channel has other videos covering connected speech and natural rhythm in much more detail, so if that topic interests you, check the playlist right after this video ends, since it builds naturally on everything we covered today. One more tip before we wrap up today. Do not try to memorize all 50 words at once in a single sitting, because that almost never works long-term. Your brain needs repetition spread out over time, not one giant cramming session late at night. Come back to this video tomorrow, watch it again, and test yourself on a few words at a time. Come back again in 3 days and repeat the process. This spaced repetition method is proven through actual research to help pronunciation and vocabulary stick in your long-term memory far better than cramming everything into one exhausting session. Let's also talk quickly about building a simple daily routine around everything we covered today, because a video alone will not fix your pronunciation, only consistent daily action will. In the morning, spend 5 minutes reading a short paragraph out loud, choosing at least 3 words from today's list to include naturally. During the day, whenever you type one of these words in a message or an email, say it out loud once before you send it, training the connection between the written word and the correct sound. In the evening, watch a short clip of a native speaker, maybe a movie scene or an interview, and try to catch any of today's 50 words if they appear naturally in the conversation. This small daily loop, reading, speaking, and listening, takes less than 15 minutes total, but over a few weeks it creates real lasting change in how you sound when you speak English. Many learners also find it helpful to keep a simple pronunciation journal. Every time you learn a new word that surprises you, the way many of today's words probably did, write it down along with its correct sound written out phonetically, the same way we did throughout this video. Review that journal once a week, reading each word out loud from memory, before checking if you got it right. Over time, this journal becomes a personal map of exactly which sounds challenge you the most, and it becomes one of the most valuable tools you can build for yourself as a learner. I also encourage you to use these words today, right now, in a real sentence of your own. Write one sentence in the comments using any word from this list, and try to use it naturally, the way we practiced together. Practicing immediately after learning locks the correct pronunciation into your memory much faster than passive listening alone. And it also helps other learners in the comments section who are working on the exact same words. Save this video, come back to it whenever you need a refresher, and share it with a friend who is also learning English. because practicing together always makes the process easier and far more enjoyable. See you soon, right here on English Speak Lab, and remember, clear pronunciation is a skill anyone can build, one word at a time.